Welcome to Phandom Knights, where we break down pop culture one fandom at a time. My name is Dustin,
And I'm Sherman.
and today we're going to be breaking down the week's news. So, for starters, Sherman, take it off.
What are you talking about? You got number one here. I was like, we went over this.
So, there's this Japanese game company called Marked On Limited, and for the new game called Monster Hunter Rise, they pretty much came up with this holiday for all of its employees. And the story is that all the employees requested yesterday, March 26th, off to play the game. And so what the company did is they gave the entire company the day off to all of its employees to play the game. So I just thought that's pretty cool. Not a lot of companies do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine no company I've ever worked for would ever do that.
Yeah, like video games coming out, take the day off, dude.
Right?
Like, okay, awesome.
We got a notification that Transformers is going to be doing another standalone Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about this one. There's no title for it yet. The writers of Daredevil though are behind this one though.
Oh really?
And I think that's really cool because it didn't say anything about like the plot or anything, which is obviously they're still probably writing it, but
right.
After like Bumblebee and like the other 5 Transformers movies, I just don't know how I feel about another one.
Oh, I don't even think I watched the Bumblebee movie. I just
really?
didn't even give it the time of day. After the Mark Wahlberg series, so.
Right. As long as they don't do another like cheesy moment like with Mark Wahlberg because especially when he says, "Hey, honey, I think I found a Transformer," like just name dropping it like that, I was like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at this point though, maybe everyone already knew about him.
Yeah.
Because they did name drop like Sam Wiki and stuff, and he's
maybe
nowhere to be seen and stuff.
But I mean, like so far up until this point, like they haven't been called Transformers.
Oh yeah,
they've just been called Autobots and Decepticons.
Oh, true.
Like, but saying I found a Transformer was like,
oh okay, no, okay, that's kind of dumb now,
right?
Okay, dang, you kind of ruined that for me.
I'm sorry, because you enjoyed the movie so much prior to that.
So the next story we got for you guys is that Microsoft has decided to get rid of Xbox Party Chats. Didn't get rid of the Party Chats, but did make it part of the Xbox Live thing.
So you can talk in Party Chat without having Xbox Live.
Right, you don't have to pay $60 a year to essentially chat with your friends.
Which I don't understand how people go about that because it's what, $12 a month normally, or
something like that.
So $140 a month versus $60 a year.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's
awesome.
I'm a PlayStation guy.
But like, it's great that they made it more accessible for people to like communicate with each other than having to like spend the extra money on that. And I think that probably because of like today, like how things that are happening in today's day and age with COVID and like not being able to like hang out with people as much.
Oh right.
So.
Oh yeah, gaming communities have definitely risen this last year.
Oh my gosh. So we got another update on Black Adam's cast list. So we have The Rock, obviously, is playing Black Adam.
Yep.
However, we now know that Pierce Brosnan is going to be Dr. Fate, which I think is amazing.
I just love Pierce Brosnan. He's like my favorite James Bond after.
See, and I think that's because like you grew up with that. Because same for me, like when it switched over from Pierce Brosnan to Daniel Craig, I was like, really? But I didn't even think about the fact that like generations of people have been having to like switch between like,
Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton.
Exactly. So yeah, seeing Pierce Brosnan, which I mean, as a British actor, he's aged pretty well.
Dude, he's very handsome man.
Right. I think the correct term is silver fox.
Yes.
He's the British version of George Clooney, is I would say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
But yeah, as Dr. Fate, I mean, the magical Lord of Order.
Is he? See, you're more familiar than I am. Is he a villain or
He's a hero.
he's a hero?
So,
That's what it sounds like.
So,
But Doctor Doom, you know, Doctor Fate.
So Dr. Fate is kind of weird because he's a hero, but he's strictly like, if you're about chaos, he's gonna throw you down. So like,
any step out of line, he's gonna take care of you.
Kind of like he has like the human moral compass because of the human like.
The human compass of Steve Rogers.
So, well, it's the human in him. Like, so what happens is the helmet itself gives like the wearer access to the Lords of Order, which are like an ancient Egyptian like order of men or like wizards essentially, which gives Dr. Fate his magical powers. Okay, but like he's all about stopping chaos.
So is he like Doctor Strange, where his name is actually Dr. Fate? Like he's actually Doctor Strange, or does he become Dr. Fate after he dons the helmet?
After he dons the helmet.
So what's his actual name? Is he an actual doctor?
Kent, I think, is his. I don't think he's an actual doctor. There's been a number of people to wear the helmet, so I don't know which one they're going to go with.
It's like a Green Lantern.
Kind of, yeah.
Many people can don the ring.
Right.
Let's see. What do we got next year for us? Oh yeah, we got the juicy one here. We got Sebastian Stan
bringing up the Luke.
Yes, talking about possibly playing a young Luke Skywalker, and he said the only way that he would ever do that is if he got Mark Hamill's stamp of approval. So Mark, I know you watched this.
What did his quote say? Didn't it say like, if Mark Hamill called me personally?
Yeah, if he like called me personally gave me like permission essentially to like play the role.
And so like I read this before I looked at their pictures, but then like seeing like side by side like Sebastian Stan versus like young Mark Hamill, I was like, man, they look so similar,
super similar.
Like you'd be hard pressed to like find a difference if like you put him in like a blonde wig.
That's why I'm thinking Sebastian Stan solo Luke Skywalker show featuring Grogu.
Oh, dude, that.
Do it, Disney. Do
oh, right.
I want to get a soundboard so that I can like just press a sound and it comes on during the feed. Because like I play with my friends sometimes, and they have soundboards for just their party chats. I'm like, I can.
I've actually got a friend who could hook us up. Yeah. Because my buddy Alex likes doing soundboard stuff like that. Okay. Those little like weird button ones. Right. Yeah, I should talk to him. Yeah. See what we can get.
Because you can easily program that to happen inside the audio.
Yeah.
Live, not just after the fact.
Another update. Upcoming film. We've got the Ghost of Tsushima. From the video game into a film adaptation.
Popular PlayStation game.
Have you ever played it?
I've not.
So
I've heard a lot about it, but I've never actually played it.
So this game was essentially like the Japanese version of like Dark Souls. So like super hard to play, or like super hard on the player, because like you had to keep playing it and like dying to like figure out how things worked.
Oh, okay, it's one of those games.
Like not much of a tutorial except like, here's what your buttons do.
And, do it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, figure your own way. Because playing through like Dark Souls, I've got Chris Watton knows way more about Dark Souls than anybody I know.
I played a little bit of Dark Souls. It's hard.
Because they don't tell you how to do any of like the weapon building, like stuff like that. Right. It's literally okay. Like you don't want to get rid of any items, because if you accidentally need one like 3 hours down the line,
you're like,
rah, man, I totally broke this for souls. Well, you could have made like some super awesome like weapon out of it.
Right.
So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is supposed to be similar, but with an actual like storyline attached to it, as opposed to Dark Souls, which has like a bunch of lore behind it, but not like a storyline.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
you're more like just discovering the world instead of actually following an actual like story kind of thing.
Opposite. So with this one, with Dark Souls, you were just exploring the world without a storyline attached.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So Ghost of Tsushima has a story, but also with a world behind it.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious because I think because of the storyline, that's how they can adapt like a film out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just want to get this story just in case I miss anything. But there's going to be a new Static Shock live action movie. I think we already talked about this in previous episodes. That Donald Glover, right, was doing something with that, I thought.
I don't remember talking about that part.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I was literally just thinking as soon as you read that, I was like, I'm just curious if
I swore
who Static Shock is going to be.
I swore in like past news episodes, I mean, a long time ago, probably now, but like, we talked about Static Shock. It came up. Maybe it was just that they're doing a live action film.
Maybe.
And now they have found the writer for it.
Okay.
So the writer is the Safety writer.
I've never seen Safety.
Me neither. I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it. I don't even know what network it's on. But Randy McKinnon will pen the script.
I'm excited because like I grew up on like watching Static Shock on like the WB Kids, and like just him as a character is like he's overpowered. First of all, like as a teenager,
right?
Like I would for a live action one, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see Nick Cannon show up because I thought he was the voice of Static Shock on the show, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So like seeing him show up as like some random like mentor or something would be kind of funny.
Yeah. They've done it in the past though, haven't they? Kind of something like that, like how like they'll like voice actors will do a cameo in live action stuff. I think they've done that a couple of times.
Not just voice actors. So they did that with The Flash, with the new like the TV show right now. The Flash or the actor who portrayed the Flash in like the early 90s TV show came back to do this show as Barry's dad.
In the CW show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he played the Flash before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool now.
And like they brought him back as Jay Garrick, I think, in a different like multiverse.
Sure.
So like he's still the Flash.
Yeah.
Like his Earth whatever something doppelganger is the same actor who plays. So like it's just he gets to see like his dad multiple times, and it's just like, all right, well, this is weird.
Yeah.
So in Saturn news, we have Jessica Walter passed away on Wednesday at the age of 80.
Rest in peace.
Did you ever watch Arrested Development?
A little bit, yeah.
I never got into Arrested Development. I know her more because I watched a lot of Archer, and she plays Archer's mom, Mallory.
Okay.
So like just knowing that like she's not going to be doing that anymore because I think Archer's still airing.
She's done a lot of voice acting work, hasn't she?
She's done a lot of acting in general.
She's done a lot of voice acting too. I thought I read, but I could be wrong.
She's one of the fewer actresses that like have gotten better with age. Because like I was reading an article this morning actually that like a lot of actresses once they hit a certain age kind of like lose a lot of like potential jobs because of their age. Right. And like there's a small handful of like actresses who have taken on more roles as they're aging. And she was one of those. Like she just never stopped.
Like there's a difference between like actresses and then like legends almost.
Oh
like,
yeah,
legends will act until their 80s and 90s or whatever.
Because like Helen Mirren, for example, like is one of those. Like she's been acting for Betty White will outlive us all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, people like that. So yeah, it's just sad to see that like she's gone.
Yeah, I agree. Well, more creepy news. Evan Peters, aka Quicksilver, in the Fox universe, and Pietro in WandaVision, is going to be playing Jeffrey Dahmer in a new Netflix series, or is it movie? I think it's just a
series.
Is it a series?
Yeah.
Oh, series about Jeffrey Dahmer, and we all know that story. If you don't,
if it's not it's weird because like I thought there were like didn't Zac Efron just do Dahmer?
He just did.
But I think that was a movie, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is what they're doing. They're switching it over to doing a series about him, and like I don't know if you watch his work with like American Horror Story, but like Evan Peters, he's in every season.
Yeah, I've seen
and like he does a fantastic job. Like if you really want to see his acting props, like check that out.
Oh yeah, I've heard he's a super good actor. Like more than Perceived, because Perceived just seems like, oh, he's a comic book actor, you know.
Right.
But he does have a lot more depth to him than most people give him credit for.
Oh yeah. Because like he was in Kick-Ass.
Yep.
Which was also really was a
awesome
great movie.
And number 2.
Right. And then figured we'd save like a cheesy one for last. Let's talk about Justice League's
the Snyder Cut.
The 4-hour long. So
it was a long one, guys.
So if you break that down,
I have the minutes too.
I'm assuming that's what, like,
it's
20?
Like, it's 24 minutes and like 25 seconds or something.
24 minutes out of a 4-hour long movie is nothing but slow-mo camera motion.
Yep.
Crazy.
Or legit, just slow motion, like flash slow motion.
Well, and you have to, though. Like, when you're moving at super speed, well, not just that, but, like, half of Cyborg's origin story, half of everybody's origin story
was slow. I did like the Flash's origin story in slow mo. How he was saving
Iris.
How he just like quickly turned in his shoes and broke his shoes, and then just like touched the glass like all weird, and then just like phased through it almost, but broke it.
I saw a stupid meme about that one on like why the window breaks. When he touches it. Mm-hmm. So it shatters because Windows no longer supports Flash. That was such a good joke. Such a heavy eye roll.
Where's Chris the dad for that dad joke?
I know, man. I hope he watches this episode, because if he doesn't, I'm going to be upset.
I'm going to be upset if he doesn't watch any episode that he's not in.
Right?
Because, I mean, I guess I've been here for every episode, except for maybe one in the beginning.
Yeah, because
I watched those ones that I wasn't in. So, Chris,
right?
You better be watching this.
I even watched
our hour-long Winter Soldier one.
I'd actually like to see what like his input is and like stuff that we might have missed.
Yeah.
But
do you think he watched it?
Are you kidding me? Of course he watched it.
He's been busy in the cities, I think, all weekend with his family.
If he hasn't watched it yet, I know he will before you guys record next week.
He better.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Again, we won't be talking about episode 2, though. We'll be there in episode 3.
So, yeah, next week. So we're here to break down Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3. Chris is like, what? We haven't done episode 2 yet.
Sucks to be you.
But yeah.
That's kind of all we got for news this week.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a whole lot. That's kind of been the highlights.
Which, was kind of funny, because like going into this, for those of you watching, like a lot of times when we do our news episodes, we kind of just like throw them together like last minute, but like we still come up with a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And like there are some times where I'm just like, it's been a slow week. I don't know if we have like much to talk about in news, and I don't feel like we need to like waste people's time doing 5-minute videos.
Right.
Of like, check out these 2 stories.
Right. Just like save it for when we actually got some stuff.
I mean, if you're really into like, pop culture and fandom stuff, like you can find like a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
You want to take us out then, Dustin?
Well, let's do it. Thank you guys for watching this news episode of Phandom Knights. If you'd like to become a Phandom Knight, please join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and TikTok. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you're probably watching this. Or if you're listening to us, please subscribe on Apple and Spotify podcast, because we just love it.
Right?
Thank you guys. And as always, bye.
That's what's poppin' in pop culture.
Oh,
man. I had to get that out.
You did.
You didn't say it at the beginning, and I'm like, come on.
Oh, dude, I totally screwed it. Let's start over.
Let's do a 20-minute video all over again.
Yeah, why not? Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time, or next week, or the week after. Okay.